Welcome back. Now we look at the report lost and found in this video. So we cover this report lost and found functionality in this video. So for example, we select a product which we have perhaps lost or has been stolen. And once we report it, the data about that product becomes public for everyone to see. So let's see how it works. So suppose you have lost your car, or it could be anything. It could be your passport. It could be whatever good you have, whatever is important to you, and you could report it lost and found. And this report function is a single select function, which means only one product can be reported lost or found at a time, similar to the edit product function. If you select two here, this cannot be reported. So it's only one product which you can report at a time. Now, once you click here, you go to this report product, and here is your car. And let's say you lost it somewhere in Munich. And let's take this where we lost it. Now, the data which becomes public is this data. And perhaps a serial number. The person can communicate with you only through this. So this information is not shared on lost and found. The reason being, let's look at what the reason is. The reason being, if you watch this note here, please ensure the GEOOWN code is not visible in the photo. The same photo will be used externally when reporting lost stolen. The real finder should be able to communicate using the GEOOWN code, and not a person who sees the GEOOWN code in this photo. So please ensure that your GEOOWN code is never visible when you report lost and stolen. That's an important note to know. So other than that, your data, other data becomes public. The place where you lost this good, product, passport, whatever good you have, and the lost and stolen date. So it's basically after you have bought it, or it has been transferred from the previous owner till whatever time is today. So here you'll see that you can't put it beyond today. So today is the 12th, and it can't be taken beyond that. And here you could include a message to the prospective finder, and it could be a request to return your product, and also could include a small reward as an incentive. So it could be, if I would give 500 euros to the person who returns my car or passport or cat or dog or whatever good you are reporting lost. So that is what will be the message which will be seen. And once you report this, the data becomes externally available to the public. So all this data, so what we see here, let me clarify what data is shown. So all this data becomes public. This data doesn't become public because this is the finder who has found your good, and he can communicate with you through this code. So only legitimate finders can communicate with you through this code. Hence, this data should never be shown even in this photograph here. So yeah, so that is clear. And once you say it could be either lost or it could be stolen, so this is your judgment. This option is used if you have misplaced it, and this option is used if you believe it is stolen. The other advantage of this is once you report it lost or stolen, now the GEOOWN code which is there, the serial number which is there, can be seen by the other person. So suppose the GEOOWN number is marked on your product here and it's etched onto the windows here, then it becomes very difficult for a thief to sell it because this data becomes public. So if a thief goes and says, oh, this is the car I want to sell, but this data is etched onto your different parts of your car, and it becomes difficult for him to sell the car to a prospective buyer. So the prospective buyer could just Google it and say, oh, this car is stolen and this GEON code is basically stolen. We'll come to that in the report lost, report found video which is there, and it will clarify your views there. So once you click either report lost or stolen, this button is enabled and you can register your report. And then you get this message, your product has been reported as lost stolen as per location, date and message you have entered. The finder will be able to email you and SMS you without revealing your email or mobile number. So basically he is going to communicate with you through this code in case he finds your product and wants to return it. And product communication settings are in the edit product page. And you need to ensure that your email and mobile number are correct, as communication about your product will be routed through these two channels. So once you have done that, the data is public. And when someone has returned it to you, you can report it as found. And here you go and you report it as found, and you report the date on which it is found. So as you see, it was reported lost on 9th. So no date before this is active and suppose it was returned on 10th, then you select this date and say found. And now this product status is changed. Now let me clarify once again. Let's also look at how the product status changes in the dashboard page. So let's report it lost again. So let's report it lost. We'll report it lost in München. And we report the lost date as the 7th today and enter euros, and we report it lost and register report. So now this is reported lost. Now if you go to the dashboard page, this product is reported lost. The other thing is now you won't be able to sell this product once it is reported lost or transfer ownership and so on. So that is what the status shows, and it is connected with this report lost and found. So let's go back again and say it has been found and the car has been returned to us. And it has been found we had taken the date of reported lost as 7th. So now we could say on the 9th it was found. So the product status changes. And now if you go on the dashboard page, this is owned by you. So that is what we wanted to clarify here. So this covers the report lost and found page. And you could report any lost location here across the globe. So it could be Brazil or Egypt or whatever, Rio. And this is a global kind of thing. So So basically, you could report anything in the world, and this data becomes public globally. So it's quite a good tool for you to protect your products from theft. And once you have virtual ownership, and once this whole virtual ownership concept becomes known, it would be difficult for people to just steal products which are virtually owned. And this is also tied into your insurance, which should be lower because virtually owned products will not be easily stolen. One more thing which we need to cover in the lost and found is this is the area which is accessible without logging in by anyone in the world, and it could be law enforcement and others. And once they go here, they'll find all the products which were reported lost or stolen globally. They could find it here, and they could also look at the incentives offered and so on. So they get so if you go here and you see, you will come to know how many products have been lost in your area and so on. So this becomes a very good incentive to for virtual ownership, and products which are virtually owned will have a less likelihood of being stolen because the owner can report it lost, and then the data becomes public, and it becomes difficult for a thief to sell his products. So that was the other part of virtual ownership. Thank you.